What's going on, guys? Mick here. Now in today's video what I'm going to be doing is changing my cluster. So it's the best option for the 1 Series at the moment. So it's called the LCI black panel, if I'm correct. So obviously I've got the standard cock, so you've got my ones, which are the base standard ones, and then you've got the extended cluster, which are my ones. So it's like my F32. So like under the RPM gauge, there'll be like a screen, and the screen will expand the whole way as well. And then you've got the new black line ones, so they look semi-digital, but they're all analog. So obviously here's mine at the moment. I absolutely hate this. I had this on my F32 as well before I'd done the 6WA extended cluster retrofit. So you've got this stupid little screen here. You can't even get a bloody the bloody M135i logo or anything on this car. So yeah, just stupid. So I've opted for this one. So I'm about to get this virginized. I'm just gonna literally take it to the guy now. Obviously get it virginized and then coded after that. So I won't go into too much detail in regards to removing the cluster and installing it, because it's literally pretty simple. So it's 2 T20s. Actually, I'll just use this for reference because it's easier. So 2 T20s where these holes are, and then literally just grab it by here and then literally just pull it down and it will just slide out. Obviously you gotta remove, well, not remove, you gotta pull back the steering wheel. But so I actually cut myself off there, so I do apologize. But yeah, all you have to do is just pull back the steering wheel, and then that will allow the cluster to come out. With this cluster, it's just the one cable that's holding it in, and that just needs to go in there. So for this, you're just putting it in there. Now this hole here is for the optics cable. What that cable does, so if you've got nav, my car obviously didn't come with nav as standard. So if your car does have nav, you'll have an optics cable there anyway, so you'll just need to pull that out. All that optics cable does is communicate with the actual head unit itself. So if you're using the navigation, like the arrows will come up in the middle. But if you've got a base car like mine, you won't actually need that optic cable. It'll just be obviously the cable that makes the actual cluster work. So yeah, as I said, I'm gonna go and get this virginized now. And then I'll be able to get it coded to the car. But once I've got it all coded and everything and put in the car, I'll come straight back to you guys. Yes guys, so it's about, I'd say 3 weeks. Yeah, definitely 3 weeks now from the point of the first video up until now. So the day that I shot that video, I believe I got the cluster virginized, and you know, thought it was a straightforward process. But knowing my luck, nothing ever goes to plan in the BMW at first time. So what the situation was is, because I had the extended cluster. Now I'll get onto that when I'm showing you the cluster, so I'll explain the difference. So I bought the extended one. So with that, it needs to actually communicate with the head unit. Now with the head units, it needs something called a MOS cable or an optical cable, and both the same thing. So as I said, that communicates through the head unit and the cluster. So that's the bridge, that wire. So that plugs into the back of the head unit. Now the only head units that have that are ones with navigation, and I believe, well, after I was doing some research and having a look around when I was actually shopping for them, I believe on some units, I think it's CIC units like the one that I had, you'll have the port for the MOS cable. But obviously my luck, I didn't have it, so I had to go back to the drawing board. So I had to get the MOS cable, so I bought that. That was cheap. I'll leave a link in the description if you do need one of those. And I had to get a new head unit, so I just opted for the cheapest option, which was the business nav unit. So that's the one that I actually had in my 4 Series. Here it is, nothing special, just the usual, but at least I've got Bluetooth audio as standard now. And you would have seen as well that I've actually took out the Android screen. It's because I was running a emulator with this, but I really don't care anymore. It's just OEM, so I'm not my fussed. As long as I can listen to my music, I'm happy, man. But here it is, the cluster, and oh my god, it is such a massive difference against the standard clocks. So I had, as I said in the first clip, I had the base clocks, like nothing there. It was just the classic orange. This bit, so this bit here is what I was talking about in regards to it being the extended cluster. So you've got this bit and then this bit down here. Now you can get this cluster non-extended. So a way to tell the difference is by the needles. So you got 1, 2, 3 here. If you had the non-extended one, you'd have a 4th needle here and then just the analog MPG gauge. But with this one, it's digital. So like if I flick it in eco, you can see it changes, and sport, obviously it just adds the sport. If it goes on, yeah, there it is, it will just add the sport onto there. Now obviously the two main reasons why I got this cluster was for the updated looks. Like this looks absolutely amazing compared to what's normally on on BMW. So the classic orange look, I know some people do like it. Me, I wasn't really fussed when I had like my 4 Series, but with this, it's really nice. So you would have noticed as well, like with this cluster, that even the miles per hour gauge, it's massive. It's absolutely massive. So it's not so small and it's being obstructed by, you know, irrelevant stuff like on the other clusters, which I do like. Now the second main reason I bought this cluster, let me just trickle through, is this. This is the oil temp gauge. Now, if you're coming from, if you're coming from a 3 Series or 4 Series or anything higher, then you will know that it just should be on the car regardless. Personally, I think BMW should have put out an update for like the older clusters to get it, but I don't know why they haven't. You can theoretically get it on the other clusters, but you have to go into some secret menu and it's just all long, and then you can't flick through as well. So once you're on it until the car shuts off. It's just a silly design. But yeah, that is the main reason why I got this. But yeah, damn, it looks so good. It looks so good. No, I do not regret this retrofit one bit. As much hassle as it caused me, you know, it just looks amazing. But yeah, what I'm gonna do as well is the guy that actually virginized this cluster, he actually coded it to my car as well. So all in, so the virginizing was 120 and to code it to the car was 60 quid. So all in £180. Really good. I can't complain at that. But yeah, guys, I'm telling you, if you've got an F20 and it's got like base clocks, or even the older 6WA extended one, extended cluster, just upgrade it. It looks so good, especially at night as well. But yeah, amazing upgrade. Guys, I'm gonna leave it here anyway. As I said, in regards to the guy that actually sorted all of this out for me, I'll leave his Instagram below, and I'll leave the eBay link below as well if you do want to get any of your clusters virginized. I know he does these black line ones, so the black line 6WA extended. He does normal 6WA extended. You can do any form of BMW clocks, 6WBs as well for like your F30s, F30s upwards. But yeah, as I said, just drop him a message, purchase it on eBay if needs be. Easy man for this, I can't lie. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this video, I know I haven't really gone on to the installation parts of things because it's really simple. As I said, it was just two T20 screws and then pull it back. If you want to see a more in-depth view of that, you can always look at my F32 6WA cluster install, because that shows me actually taking the cluster out and installing the, what's it called, the MOS cable as well. But yeah, I'll leave it at that. So guys, I'll catch you in another one. Should be a good one as well. Bye.